I am, for one, finally happy that this whole ordeal is over with, and we can all move on, and we can all become one station again. I feel like we've always been one station. It's just that for whatever reason, with Mike retiring and coming back and retiring again, with Joe and Evan being moved around, and then we talked about this yesterday, all the moving parts around here is a little rough to get your head around all of it while you're still trying to do your job. So that maniac is back, and it's great, and he's going to be entertaining in the afternoon, 2 to 5 with Evan. They're going to win that time slot. They're going to crush the other guys. I guarantee it. You could hear it. So it's and I think Evan's going to be great. And I just. It's just fun. It's fun to be around. It was fun to call in yesterday as Norman from East Islip as their first ever caller. So 20 years from now, hopefully they'll remember their first ever caller at my funeral.
Well, yeah, you know what? You weren't their first caller though. I believe wasn't there somebody else before that?
Not as Craig.
Not
and Evan.
with. Oh, okay.
Not
so
as
the
Craig
first,
and Evan. They were callers
wow, you're
for Craig
really
because,
splitting hairs here, aren't you?
No. There were calls for Craig because the initial portion of the whole thing was rehab radio. Thank you for being the inspiration. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for doing that, and everything else. And then he asked Evan to call in. So I wanted to wait until Evan called in to see how they sounded together.
And if it was bad, you weren't going to call in?
No, I just wanted to give them the time to talk on the air and let the listeners hear, and then I felt like interrupting them, so that's what I did.
No, it was good. It was really good. It was well timed. Chris Olivero had texted me while that was going on, and he goes, "Are you listening? Do you want to call in?" I said, "No. This is fine. This is not about me. Everything's good." I said, "Boomer was well timed. Everything has been perfect." I thought it was great, and I'm glad that they spilled over a little bit after 6 o'clock as well, because it felt like it needed a little bit more time as well, because there's just a lot to get out. I'm sure when you're off the air for 3 years, I thought that hour went very, very well, and everybody's excited. And I don't want to, and Al said this yesterday, was so right. Like, when you say positive things about what's going on now, it feels like people assume that everything was negative with who was on the air prior to that. It's not that. It's been the uncertainty of it. Like, Joe Beningo is one of my favorite people ever. I love the guy. I worked with him, but he's been talking about retiring forever. Yes. Like, he'll admit that. Everybody knows that. So, like, when he went to the afternoons, it was only a matter of time, not because of any sort of performance-based thing. It was just the fact that he wanted to retire. He had talked about it for a long time. So it's just been a lot of instability here. So, like, yesterday, I definitely had this, sense of there was 50 tons taken off the back of the radio station, because this had been swirling for a while, and I felt sort of a relief that we can now move on with this being the thing. And Craig was very respectful of this show and me, which he didn't have to be. There's a lot of people that could have come in and been angry about all of this, and he did admit the fact that he wanted to get back together, but then realized that this is what the radio station was, and he had a great opportunity in afternoons, and he was really, really nice about it and respectful, just like he was on the phone call we had earlier in the afternoon. So, I couldn't have crafted. If you could craft an hour of him coming back and doing it, it was really, really good. So good for him, and congratulations, and it's exciting for everybody.
He's no dummy. There's no question about that, and he is uber talented, and we all know that.